Hey guys, it's your girl Elle Jones, and I am back on another episode of Control the Convo. Today I'm so excited I can't even hold it in because I'm sitting down with the one and only Wayno.
Elle, what's poppin'? What's good? I'm on it.
I'm so excited to talk to you. I love your content. I love your takes. I feel like you are so knowledgeable of this shit, but like not on some old head shit. Like no shade, but like sometimes the old heads be giving very like schooling you. And I feel like you don't give that. I feel like you're trying to bridge a gap.
You know what it is though? I don't forget what it's like before I was an old head. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I wasn't calling you an old head.
Nah, it's cool. I accept it. Like, listen, I got a daughter that's about to be 23. So I'll accept being an old head. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like I don't forget when I was 18, 19, 17, 21, 25, and people was calling me, I mean, YN wasn't a term, you know what I mean?
Right.
But they was just telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, or I wasn't smart enough, or that would never happen. So I always just try to talk with the younger ones because shit, they might be the ones that employ my kids one day.
That's fire. That is so cool. Speaking of that, I just have to get it off my chest, right?
Talk to me.
I was watching a old video of like Cameron in Harlem, and I saw you. But you were like a fly on the wall. You were very much like present. But like, were you always that? Like, was it even then? Did you know you were gonna work in music, or were you just?
I didn't listen. I was messing up really, really bad. Like as a teenager, I was messing up really, really bad, and my mom was just gonna. She was threatening to send me to South Carolina to live with my aunt.
Okay.
Or to send me to Job Corps. Cause she just was like, I don't want you to go to jail, and I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, and that's the route I was going. Cause I dropped out of school at a really young age, and I just really wasn't doing nothing productive with myself.
Oh wow.
So the way I got into music, I don't know if you ever heard this story, but I had got a job, kind of through my mom's. I was working in the mailroom, and the mailroom it was like 3 locations when I did orientation. It's one I can't remember. It was 825 8th Avenue where I ended up, and the last one was the World Trade Center, and this is the year 2000. So I was 17 years old, you know what I'm saying? So, I of course, this is before 9/11, so I could have ended up down there.
That's crazy.
But, the building I was working in serviced mail to the record labels.
Okay.
So I went from not knowing nothing about music other than listening to music and watching it on TV to one day I'm walking around and I see, like, all of these red posters and stuff, and I see like in the building they had like CDs as nameplates. So I walk past the CD and it says I see Chris Gotti and then I see Irv Gotti. I'm asking to do the stream. I'm like, well, what is this? And he like, you don't know where you at? I'm like, no. He like, this the label. This where the label's at. I'm like, I still didn't understand because when I was there, I didn't see an artist. So I was like, yo. So then he like, yeah, Def Jam is upstairs and Rockefeller. And I was like, for real? And then at that moment, my first day, I said, I'm going to get into music. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get into music. Yeah, and that's when I was.
So you manifested it.
Yeah, before I knew what manifesting was.
Right.
But yeah, I was 17 at the time.
Okay, so I have topics. I have things that I want to know.
Let's do it.
What did you listen to some sexy songs for you?
Yes.
Did you like it? Please tell me you liked it.
Ultimately, no. Okay. But there is songs on there that I do like.
Okay, why did you not like it?
Because I like Party Next Door a lot.
Okay.
As a singer, like I like him. I listen to his music. Drake, I do like Drake music, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I could totally listen with an unbiased ear based on the events of everything that's happened. Now, I'm being also objective as possible because I'm not one of them people, even though like I wanted Kendrick to win the battle and all that, I'm also not one of the people that think that Drake is trash. I don't think he's trash.
Okay.
I think that some of the stuff he's done since the battle is trash, but I don't think he's all of a sudden everybody like, he never was good. I'm like, that don't make sense to me. But I just think that I don't think is as good as it could have possibly been. For Drake, think about his collab albums, his how could I say, whatever. I can't. The word is missing me. But What a Time to Be Alive. To me, that's a classic album.
Okay, with Future.
Her Loss, I don't consider it a classic album, but I like that album a lot.
21.
With him and 21.
Okay.
Then we get this joint, Some Sexy Songs for You. I just don't think that at the level that they did R&B at, it's at the level of anything he's done collab-wise as an album.
Okay.
So I'm not one of them, oh man, he's trash, it's over. I'm not that. I'm just like,
well, that's
bro.
good. You're not delusional. A lot of people are getting a little delusional.
I just think it's like, it's a cool thing to just like not like him. I think that like everybody, because even when I find on my YouTube channel, if I say, "Oh, I like Drake's shirt," they be like, "Oh, yo, he must have paid you." It's like, you like what? Like,
yeah, no, it gets crazy. I feel like there's a Drake hate train that's like
it is, but he did some whack shit too. Like it's things that he's done that's just not been good, and but that doesn't make me not like the music that he's done prior.
What do you feel like was the corniest thing? Because I'm a Drake fan. I'm definitely team Drake.
I know this.
I'm definitely a Drake.
Right.
I love him. But what do you think was the corniest thing he did?
The lawsuit.
You think that was okay?
The lawsuit, and I think the lawsuit is because now like all these fans care about like contracts. Like what? Like that's not your business, bro. Like that's not your business. Everybody care about these contracts and it's a bigger plan. No, it's not.
Right.
It's just that he lost and he lost badly.
Yeah.
So it's but this the thing. Everybody who get into a rap battle, somebody got to win and somebody got to lose. Somebody has to win.
I wasn't anticipating Drake being the loser. I never would have thought not. If someone would have told me that Kendrick was gonna come out with a dance record that was gonna change,
I didn't think
I
that
would have
never
thought that.
I didn't think that. Not like I knew that he was going to get. I knew he was going to get on his ass, but I did not think it was going to be Not Like Us. I didn't think that was going to be the thing.
That was crazy. A minor, like, and then it was almost like I felt making a mockery of Drake because it's like. You like to have the party lit, right? You like to have people dancing, right? I'm gonna have people dancing, dissing you.
But that's what you're supposed to do in a battle. Like it's like if you look at
that's cheating.
How is it cheating?
You won a beef with me by being me.
No, being him is crazy.
You got a Mustard. That's a Metro Boomin. Let's talk about it.
No, he's not Metro. Metro Boomin and Mustard are two great producers.
You got a lit producer that gave you a good beat.
He's from LA.
Okay.
He's from LA. So they've never worked together either. And he's from it was time.
I know that.
Yeah.
So DJ Mustard and Kendrick.
They never worked together before. That was their first time working together.
Oh wow.
That was their first time getting together. So now I want you to finish your point.
I just feel like Not Like Us was that was very Drake's. That was very Drake-esque. I'm sorry. Nah. Make a dance record in the midst of a beef, like
he only did that one time.
Who?
He back to back. He only did, and back to back is not a dance record, but it's a party record.
It is,
but it's not a dance record. But you got to remember, right? Like Not Like Us.
No, it was 2. He went 2 for 2. It was back to back, and it was
this record that was a party song.
0 to 100, but that wasn't a party.
Yeah, that wasn't a. It's not a. No, 0 to 100 is a party record, but it's not a dance record. You could play that in the club.
Yes.
But this the thing. I hate the fact that everybody like. That don't listen to Kendrick Lamar thinks that he just like started being him last year. This nigga been this good this whole time.
Okay.
He's been this good. He's got multiple.
So you're a Kendrick fan?
I'm a fan. Yes, I'm a fan of Kendrick's music. But if you putting me into the group of the people who like don't like anything but him, nah, I'm not that.
Okay.
He is one of my favorite rappers ever.
Okay.
He didn't like my favorite Kendrick song of all time is "Sing About Me." It's not even that's what I'm saying. "Sing About Me," that shit make you shed tears. Like he talking about some real shit that going down in the street. Mm-hmm. So that's what made me love Kendrick as an artist. If you look at battle rap as his culture, even if back to Roxanne Shantae, it's about saying the most disrespectful thing I can to a person and getting people on your side. So the only reason why everybody that are Drake fans is so mad about this shit is because he didn't win. Because had one of them, and he put out the same amount. Now everybody, but Universal, when the fuck we start caring about Universal? People argue that he's the biggest artist of all time. There's no marketing that could top just culture. And that's what it was. He lost culture.
I had to ask you about some sexy songs for you because they ripping me in the comments. They're like, this is not hip hop. And I'm like, I think that Drake's versatility is what makes him so cool. But I want to ask you because, like I said, I think you have the context to be able to answer. Like, is Drake considered hip hop?
I did consider him hip hop. I ain't gonna lie. It was a point in time where I did consider him hip hop. Because one thing I say about Drake is that he really do love this shit. Mm-hmm. But the problem that I have with people who try to like use it, and me and academics used to go about this all the time, like, just because you can rap in Spanish don't mean that you better than niggas. Just because you could sing don't make you better. Don't get me wrong, Jay-Z my favorite rapper, bar none. That's my favorite rapper. Biggie one of my favorite rappers. Nas one of my favorite rappers. I never once said to myself like, damn, you know what make Nas really dope? If he could sing. But I think that it's cool that he can sing.
That he can do that.
But at the same time, when you start doing all types of other shit, that removes you from certain conversations. It just does. You know what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean that he's not successful. He's one of the most successful people we've ever seen.
Yes.
Now, as far as hip-hop, I think that he has a love for hip-hop, but at his core, nah. Like, I think he's abandoned it in too many different instances. You know what I mean? I think he's just abandoned it in a lot of different instances. But that don't take away from the fact that he's a fucking hip-hop nerd. He's proven it, Matt. He owns one of Pusha T's mics. He owns Pharrell's jewelry. Like, he could say that before I melt it down. And he ain't melting that shit down. Yeah. He love it because he love hip-hop. But I think that he's just done a lot of things while he's made, like, these great moments in hip-hop and all of that. And he's worked with a lot of dope rappers and shit. Mm-hmm. He's just abandoned it. He's abandoned it.
Even with Lil Wayne walking you in the game, how could you not be hip-hop?
Even with Lil Wayne walking you in the game, because I think that, like, this is the thing. It's like, remember when Nicki Minaj made Starships and shit like that?
Hate that era.
But at the same time, it also made her a lot of money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, making songs like that, crossing over. Like, I was just debating with somebody on my IG Live about that because he was talking about, like, crossing over and shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, hip-hop, everywhere in the world, you can find that culture in something, whether it's how people dress, whether it's how they speak, whether it's how they dance. Like, you know what I mean? Even if they don't listen to, it's people that probably don't listen to Kendrick Lamar at all that are supreme breakdancers, other than that chick from Australia. Remember her, right?
Yes.
But, like, it's people that probably, like, that really study the crafts and stuff of hip-hop, right? Like, that's just our culture. It's like, that's our culture. Yes, Wayne is a part of the culture and all of that. Because I think that even when Wayne doing all the weird-ass songs with the guitar and all of that,
right,
he was trying stuff. At his core, he's a rapper from New Orleans.
Right.
One thing about Drake has been a good artist and all that, a great artist and all of that, but he's from Canada. That's always going to be held against him. It's cool when everybody else moms is black and they pops is black and white, but like that's gonna be used against you. Like it's people gonna use these things against you. That's just the game. We can't. That's just the game.
Crazy. That's
it insane. But it is what it is. That's one thing I learned is like you cannot fight. You cannot, and you're not bigger than this shit. Nobody's big. Kendrick not bigger than hip hop culture. He is hip hop culture. There was a point in time where Drake was hip hop culture, and I think that he thought he was bigger than it. Or he thought that, like, what he does mattered most because he's so versatile, which I'm not knocking a nigga that can shoot a three, do everything. But if you can't, if you're not better, if you ain't showing me skill set wise that you better than the said person you going against, it just is what it is.
Random as hell, but do you like sexy drill?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say no.
No, I don't like drill.
Okay.
I don't like drill. So the reason why I like the sexy drill shit and all that, remember I said earlier about like the age I am and how I was when I was younger? Me and my friends, right, we talk about like these kids and how they got IG Live and all the stuff they do. And I'm like, we wasn't no different than none of them. I like sexy drill because it's bringing back partying and having fun. Like when I was a kid, I went to Skate Key, I went to parties in Kennedy, or we went to Club Speed or Mars 21, to all these places. We went there to get numbers and dance. You went there to show off your outfit, and you went there to bag girls. And most of the times you was bagging a girl. If you ain't have no game, you had to be able to dance. You know what I'm saying? Or if you dance with a girl.
Which one were you?
Let me see. I could dance. I didn't really have game though. I didn't have game.
But you was a dancer?
I wasn't a dancer though. I can't consider myself a dancer because I wasn't that good. But I would say something funny, and that's what would win me over every time when I was younger. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think sexy drill, it makes me feel like how I did when I was younger, when like, and it's totally different, but when the Jamaican music would come on in the party. You know what I mean? People knew if the Jamaican music came on and you couldn't dance, you get out the way. And you leave it to the people who could. But I feel like that sound, the movement, like the playfulness and all of that, it's just fun. And it's fun at a time when nothing's fun. Like Chow Lee, I love him, yo.
Really?
That's my dog. I love Chow Lee. I love bass swag. He just started, doing it because he was rapping different than he was now. But Bay, Cash, you know what I mean? All these brothers, even the young ladies that's coming up in the game, like I like what they doing.
That's what's up. I did not think you were gonna say that. I feel like it's my personal mission to get sexy drill out to the masses. I feel like it's so New York, and like even being in Atlanta and like telling my homegirl that is from New York, but she's lived in Atlanta for so long. I'm like, you don't listen to this? And she like, this, like, what's this? And I'm like,
but it's also they not because I think it's a culture thing, right? Like it's like the thing about sexy drill is like I feel like you gotta be there to like feel it.
What
right?
you mean?
Like you like in New York, so like in down here. People don't party. Like I be talking to like young niggas from down here that's rappers, and I'm like, yo, I know that y'all street guys, but when I was growing up, all the street dudes from Atlanta, they still made songs. Shorty Low was a gangster. Shorty Low was a stone cold gangster and still made Laffy Taffy. You feel me?
Yes.
Which is a great song for that space. They don't get a chance to experience sexy drill in a party down here. Because people don't really party. And then when they do, it's only strip clubs. You know what I mean? Nobody really not dancing like that. Like when I seen Lil Shimmy and Sexy Red doing, do they got a song with Cash Cobain?
Yes, Cash Cobain and Lil Shimmy have a song.
But Sexy Red in the video.
She's in the video.
That's what I'm saying. When I seen that, I was so happy because I was like, look, that's Lil Shimmy saying, oh, I fuck with that. Let me go, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me go have some fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think, like, people just, they don't get the experience doing.
Do you feel like that's a trend that's missing in music? Like, artists aren't having fun?
Yeah, people not having fun. Everybody's tough. Everybody is so tough. The girls is tough. The niggas is tough. Everybody's a gangster. Nobody never lost a fight. Nobody, like, I can't take it. Like, everybody too tough. I thought I came from the toughest ever. These kids is too tough. I can't take it.
He said nobody lost a fight.
Because don't nobody want to have fun.
Yeah.
And at the point, when you find something that's fun, it's rooted in the wrong shit. Like, I loved K-Flock. I think K-Flock was so fire, but all the stuff that he did that was fun was rooted in the wrong things.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can't really, you know what I'm saying?
Is that why you don't like drill?
Yeah, I don't like it because you know what's crazy? Styles P is one of my favorite artists. And if you put Styles P, like, lyrics up, it's the same, it's violent as hell.
Okay.
Like, his lyrics that I grew up on was super violent, but he also wasn't speaking from a place of, that's what I did to him. He was talking about, like, he was just saying it. Yeah. And it was like, I never thought about, like, when he said he did something about the person, and then he didn't do an IG live. Like, I'm on that person I was talking about in the song. I'm on his block. His mother goes to work right here. I smacked his little sister. Like, it's just crazy. I can't subscribe to, and I know it sounds crazy because I come from a time where people was the toughest, but I just, at my age now, I can't subscribe to something that's taking the lives of my brothers and my sisters, and I don't care about where you from. They doing drill in Atlanta. They doing drill. Like, drill was perfect for LA because they already was on bullshit. They doing it in LA. They doing it everywhere. So it's like, I just can't, I hate to see young men and women, you lose their life to, and they not artists. Like, they just doing it because they don't have nothing to do.
I don't know if you saw this, but Lil Tjay got banned from Madison Square Garden. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you watch the video of him?
I seen it.
What the? That's like YN going completely wrong to me.
All right. Lil Tjay is completely wrong for how he acted. But with Lil Tjay, and this, I'm not making no excuses for him, right? But that kid have a lot of problems. He has a lot of problems. I'm not, look, because I know people going to say I'm caping and all that other stuff.
That's what I'm going to say.
I'm not caping for him. He's fucking dead wrong.
This is 2 for 2, I feel like, where he just, respect is something that is he can't understand that concept. I think that Lil Tjay, I'm being dead serious, because I had a chance to work with him very, very early. You know what I mean? Okay. He never really had nobody around him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his personal life to a crazy extent, but he don't really have and TJ, he's cursed me out before, so he could let me know if I'm talking out of pocket. But he doesn't have like family members around him. And like, you seen when the whole thing with Playboy Max happened, and he was like, "Man, I grew up in jail." I went in jail when I was young. Was that when he was like, I didn't like the way he said it? Like, I didn't like the way he was talking to me when he said it. I've been his age before. Me, I've never been in jail for nothing but a visit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to speak from the perspective of being an inmate. I'm not an inmate. You know what I'm saying? But what I can say about that, because I have a lot of friends, my best friend is serving a crazy sentence right now. What I cannot say is that, like,
when you young and you go through that level of trauma, he has this mentality of nobody not gonna play with me. That's one. Then remember, he almost lost his life, right?
Yes.
And he has money.
Yes.
And I'm not going call. He makes dumb decisions, but he might not be the most educated person, right? It's a lot of work and he's wrong for what he did in Madison Square Garden, but there's a lot of work that young man needs to do. It's a whole lot of work that young man needs to do. He's going through an extreme level of trauma, and if he doesn't correct that within his life, it's not going to be good for him. You know what I'm saying? Because as we can see, I mean, I don't know what it's always these court cases, it's always these different situations. And the problem that we have, like with hip hop, is we look at, well, if you're successful, you should know better. That's not how life works. If you're an athlete, when an athlete get 7 women pregnant, people say, oh, he should know better. Guess what? He's just an overgrown kid. He's an overgrown kid with a lot of money and no responsibility, so he's acting reckless. That's what an athlete. With an artist, it's almost the same thing. TJ got a lot of money, but he also don't have, I don't know who manages him. I don't know who his personnel is, but from me knowing, I don't know him personally. We do know each other, but like, from what I've seen, is just that it's a lot that it's a lot that kid is going through that he got to correct within himself before he can start even acting right in a venue. You know what I'm saying?
Is there somebody, or do you think that the culture of like I want to say rappers holding other rappers accountable, should that be a thing anymore? I mean,
I'm not going to say rappers not going to listen to another rapper. Like, you're not, even if they the OG, like, they just don't listen to each other because a rapper's always going to look at the reference point of, but look at what you used to do. You know what's really messed up about what I'm about to say? They'll listen to a white person first. The white man ice is always colder. They'll listen to the white man. The black man could be just as rich as the white man. They'll be like, I ain't listening to that nigga. I'm gonna listen to the white man.
Why do you think that is?
The white man ice is colder. For some reason, we just been brainwashed into thinking that they just know better.
So Nardo Wick is dropping an album. The features include Future, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, and Sexy Red. I'm sick of the same 5 features, bro. Like, there's so many other rappers in the industry. And I feel like these dudes is the only phones who ring off for features.
Well, let me ask you a question, though. Are you more concerned about the features or if Nardo can hold his own?
Both, because I feel like sonically you're not challenging yourself. So I know it's gonna be the same. And I love Nardo Wick, but like,
love him?
Yeah, I like Nardo Wick a lot.
You just said you like him. You just said you love him, and then you said I like him a lot.
I loved Nardo Wick when he went on that hiatus and took a break and had a baby and did all that. I wasn't feeling it, but yes.
Again, like, he's talented for sure. What I would love to hear Nardo talk about is if he made a record talking about it was like that situation that happened with one of his homies beat that kid up. You know what I mean? Because they saying that kid might have had blood on his brain and all of that. And I think that's even something that could make you like kind of really fall back. You know what I'm saying? Because people look at these artists as like they superheroes. They just regular people. They just have a talent. And then when real life happens and we see real life happen, we just like, oh, more music. Like where's the music? Like,
I'm guilty of that.
I've done it too. We all put it in the music, more music. But at the same time, like, I don't know if he's dealing with somebody. Like, we all got stuff that we going through. And that's the messed up thing because, listen, you judge that music before you even hear it.
No, I did judge a track list just because I feel like, where are the A&Rs? Where's the team? But
you haven't heard it.
I know what it's going to sound like.
No, you don't.
I've listened to enough Nardo to know what it's going to sound like.
But that's a shame, though. Just because you see the features and you say, where are the A&Rs? Like that. Let me tell you something. As an A&R, do you know how much that be hurting people's feelings?
I'm so sorry.
Because, no, for real, because people think that, like, people really don't A&R stuff. If you don't like it, Wayno. That's not true. I can't subscribe to that. I can't subscribe to that because I know too many good A&Rs. I know
that are A&Ring?
Yes. I know too many good A&Rs that A&R.
Okay, so let's start with what's your definition of A&R? What do you think?
No, what's your definition of A&R? Because I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay, so what's your definition of A&R?
So I feel like an A&R is someone that is supposed to handcraft a record, meaning you're not the artist, but you're doing damn near everything else. So when it comes to picking the beat, I think that's you and the artist. When it comes to hearing the song and thinking of sonically what feature would sound good, I think that's the A&R. And then you pitch that to the artist. Dealing with engineers and all that stuff, I feel like that is mix and master. That's all A&R. And yeah, like putting the record, I feel like no one's putting the record together. I think.
What do you mean?
Nowadays, it's very much
just because you don't like the record.
No,
no, that's true. Because listen, you're basing that solely off of what you don't like. You're not basing that off of things you like. So tell me a song that you like right now.
"Trippin' on the Yacht" by Cash Cobain and Bass Swag and Rob 49.
Okay, "Trippin' on the Yacht," Cash Cobain, Bass Swag.
I feel like Cash Cobain reached out to Rob 49 and Bass Swag and put that together. There was no A&R.
But you need an A&R to put it out. See, that's the see this. No, I'm gonna tell you how.
Okay.
Because what people don't realize is this: A&R is not one job. See, everything you just talked about was the A&R that sits in the studio. There's also an admin process. There's also an admin process. There's also a clearance that you got to get from Say La Vie for Rob 49. There's that's the production company signed to. There's also a clearance that you got to get from Interscope. That's through Say La Vie that you got to get Interscope to sign off on, due to the fact that you say, well, when's Rob? Because I've cleared Rob 49 records before. It's not an easy task, and that's like my little bro. Love me to death. That's my guy. But there's a process that happens on the admin side that people just don't appreciate. So when you say, well, I don't like this song, and I feel like there was no A&R involved, the person that just sat up all night fixing the mix that Cash Cobain said, yo, I don't like the way that sound. Take that out and put something else in. And then they change it. I don't like the master. And I'm hypothetically speaking, because I don't know, I never worked with Cash.
Yes.
And then after he does that, he says, well, go back to the original that we had. And you done spent all this money with mastering and mixing to do all this stuff. Do you know how grueling of a job that is? This is what I'm saying. To all my A&Rs out there, and I'm going to look at y'all in the camera right now. For all my A&Rs out there that actually do the work, I salute you. Because sometimes people just don't know. There's a lot of work that goes into A&R.
So when it comes to reaching out to the guest feature, that's an A&R?
Sometimes, but not always. Because a lot of times when depending upon who the feature is, because sometimes, like, you don't, if Cash and Rob been saying to each other, yo, we gonna do something, and they agree to do it, that's something that I can't get in the way of as an A&R. You gotta let it happen. Because a lot of times if I call Skilla right now, yo, Skilla, I need you to get in the studio with this artist I just signed. Skilla might pull up because that's my bro, but then he gonna be like, I don't really know this nigga. I don't really, cause y'all paying me? Now if we paying you, he gonna give me what I need, but might not be the best product. So sometimes things gotta happen just between artists relationships. I said that I interviewed Nas one time and RZA. And I asked them, like, were they able to build, like, when they was doing shit? He was like, yo, just us building with one another. A&R can't get in between that.
Does that mess up the release, though? Like, sometimes can that be bad for business if the artists are too cool and it's like, nah, this is...
Yes, but you want to know why? Because all of that cool shit don't mean nothing. Because you know how many people... I'm pretty sure if you meet Chris Brown probably got a song with Chris Brown got songs with niggas you've never heard of in your life right now, because Chris Brown likes to do music. But when it come to clearing it, it's never getting cleared. And that's the thing. So keep in mind that when you put out this music, and I'm gonna talk some business shit because everybody fake care about contracts and all of that. So if I send my artist, whomever, to Chris Brown over the weekend, they come out, they do 2 songs, and then Chris Brown like, nah, let's do more. And then we got an EP.
Okay.
And I come back, I'm like, yo, this artist is signed to one. I'm like, yo, he did such and such with Chris Brown. They did a whole EP, they ready to do it. And then I go reach out to, is it Chris Brown, RCA? I think he on RCA.
Yeah.
I go, yo, I reach out to Peter Edge and them or whoever's running RCA or whatever. And I'm like, yo, we not about to let him do that. Are you crazy?
They're not clearing it.
No, they're not clearing that. And then people get mad, like, yo, we just seen him on the gram.
But we got an EP on the way.
No, you want to know why? Because while he might be doing that, that's not what's best for business. End of the day, they got to market and promote at a certain level. Like Pharrell, I remember, this is when I first started. I remember I was hearing like Pharrell only could do like 3 features a year. And I could be wrong, but I remember like they was like he could only do like 3 features a year. So he had to carefully pick, all right, I'm gonna do my Jay-Z joint. I'm gonna do this Kanye one. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Nothing else for the rest of the year.
Why?
Because you can't. I'm gonna use an analogy. And from a man's perspective, nobody wants the girl that everybody can have. So if everybody if I have
that's interesting.
So if I got a Pharrell feature and I feel like my record is so amazing, it's gonna change my life, all of that, and then homie down the block that he just started, you gave him a feature too, and you clear ours at the same time, in the marketplace, who's gonna buy that? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's not gonna buy that. Like it's like you put out the Jordans with the Nike on the back and the Jordan on the back. Most people gonna lean for they could get the Jordan on the back, but they gonna like, I want that Nike Air. Like that's the special thing.
That's interesting though, because I feel like producers like Cash Cobain, their business model is the exact opposite. I feel like everybody could say they got a beat from Cash.
Yes, you are right, but I think Cash, the difference between him being a producer and being an artist is that Cash is building his catalog as a producer for the sound, right? So it's like if I ain't got to rap, but if I produce this record for you and it goes number 1, I can have a number 1 record as a producer.
Yes.
Now my best shit, I'm not gonna give you that, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna give you one of these, and maybe if it goes, then it goes. It's like I think it's crazy that Ice Spice doesn't have a Cash Cobain produced record.
Really? I mean, her and Riot are locked in.
Yeah, but I mean, are they? Because the last couple of, and I love what they did a couple years ago. I tried to sign Ice a couple years ago. I love what they did a couple years ago, but you haven't seen that recapture. So are they locked in? Like, I don't know. I'm just, from a fan's perspective, I don't know nothing. I'm just saying from the outside looking in, it don't look like they locked in musically.
I feel like they are, but my issue with Ice, as someone that's also a diehard Ice Spice fan, is I just feel like we don't know enough about her. And no shade, but she is a Capricorn.
Why do we have to know anything about her, though? I'm a Capricorn, too.
I'm aware. That's why I said no shade. Yeah, I think that she's very private. And when things come out about her, we can't look to her for any answers. Like, everything is so cryptic or quiet. And, like...
If you're an artist and you dating somebody, y'all got to get something out of each other, man. Like,
you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. If y'all artists, y'all definitely got to... Because, listen, this is the thing. Everybody young.
Get something like what, though? Like gifts or... Not
gifts. I ain't talking about gifts. I'm talking about like...
Because they be buying cars for...
That's stupid. Don't nobody care about that. That's dumb. Like, well, you want to know why? Because they not... This is the thing, right? If you... Central C don't need Ice Spice. He doesn't. He don't need Ice Spice.
Debatable.
Nah, he don't.
Debatable.
He's a thing. He's a thing.
In the UK...
Nah,
but in the U.S.?
Nah, he's a thing. He's a thing over here. He's a thing over here.
Not as big as Ice Spice.
Not as big as Ice Spice?
You think Central C matters in the U.S. as much as Ice Spice does?
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh. We got to ask that in the comments, because I do not.
Absolutely. So, but look. I just think that, like, if y'all going to be messing with each other, y'all got to get some records out of one another. Listen, as much as toxic
but
stuff...
But then y'all break up and then the clearance thing happened like you said.
But that's what I'm saying. But y'all should have been, like, it's not rooted in nothing. Like, it don't... These relationships don't be rooted in nothing other than just having fun. See, this is a whole new world where, like, these artists date each other and they don't get songs out of one another. Like, they don't get production out of one another.
Oh, back in the day, that was a thing?
Yeah, man. Stevie J produced some of Eve's biggest records.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. So, would that make the relationship better, or you just feel like more...
I just think that, listen, I just think that, like, if we cool... And I'm just speaking generally. If we cool, then we can just be cool. But don't be like, if we cool and we can't, and you getting money and I'm getting money, we could at least figure out a way. And that don't mean that you can't be cool. Because Hovain, that passed away, God rest my brother Hovain, that was one of my best friends. I never made no money with him. You know what I'm saying? And we both was getting to it. And we never made no bread together. But I'm just saying, it's like, all of this relationship shit, if y'all not dead ass serious about one another, it's for a limited time. So if I'm an artist and you an artist, we ain't got to make a duet. Like, you know what I mean?
Or a collab album.
Yeah, but we at least make a right. Like, at least make something. Because if all we talking about is who bought, I don't care who bought who what. Like, who cares about that? Like, I don't care about none of that.
I was going to say 4 Bats and Anicia. You don't like that?
I don't care. I'm old. You hit 4 bats in Anisi. Anisi is mad funny. I met her. She's mad funny.
She's so hilarious.
But I don't care. Like, you gotta, like, I'm gonna keep it 100. As a hip hop spectator and commentator and all that,
yes.
Cool, I don't care.
You have to care.
I don't care.
I feel like it's love and hip hop. It goes together.
I be in my bed at 10:30 p.m. on a Friday.
So you can see the Maybach truck?
No.
I feel like back in the day when Mace was dating Brandy, I just watched the clip about this, so I learned about it.
Yeah.
Kind of hype. When Mace was dating Brandy and Shine at the same time.
She's dating Shine?
At the same time.
For real?
Yeah.
That's what they was talking about when Shine was saying the thing?
Yes, in his documentary.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, so he was talking about like it started like a little controversy.
Yeah.
And like Brandy kind of humbled Sean because he was like you don't sound like you don't have enough you don't have as big of records as Mace. Like it's Mace.
He said Brandy. Oh yeah. No, that's a fact.
See, I didn't know that.
Mace was a superstar. No, listen.
I didn't know that.
You young. No, listen. Let me tell you something.
My sister be putting me on.
I'm cool with Mace now, but like even to this day, I don't care how this sound. I can't believe. Sometimes I don't believe I'm cool with Mace. That nigga was a no. Listen, you gotta understand. All right.
Compare him to somebody today. Like who?
I can't, yo.
Really?
I can't. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's 2 things. I'm from Harlem. Mm-hmm. So I got a chance to see it when he was successful. Like seeing him in real life did not. It was like I would make that equivalent to seeing a dragon.
Mace.
I swear to listen. Let me tell you something. Mace was a bigger artist than Jay-Z. I promise you.
Now you just saying.
I'm not saying. All right. You see, this is when age comes in. So when Mace came out, when Only You came out, that was like 95. I was graduating from 8th grade in 95, right?
Okay.
In 96, by the time 97 came, Jay dropped his first album when he was 26 years old. Reasonable Doubt came out when he was 26, and he was talking about all this grown men rapping, drug dealing, all this crazy shit. For me being a 13-year-old kid and he could rap like on some rap shit as good as anybody, but he was dancing and he was fly and he was on the biggest records with more money, more prop. He was spanking Jay. Why you think? All right, you got to do your history.
Okay.
You know, you heard Jay-Z's song "Imaginary Player"?
Yes.
That's about Mace. Check your own videos. You're on Ride or Die. Check your own videos. You always be number 2. On the No Way Out album, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, that joint, Diddy was wearing the number 1, Mace was wearing the number 2. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Mace was the nigga. What? This nigga sold 5, he was 20 years old and sold 5 million records. Jay-Z sold 1. And 1 million is a lot, but 5 million?
I thought Jay-Z was your favorite rapper.
He is, but I'm talking about at that time. You know how many...
It's not giving that right now. It's giving Harlem World.
Because I have Harlem tattooed on my hand because of Mace and Cameron. But because of Mace. Mace was the... What?
This is funny only because I feel like when I think of Harlem dudes, this is it. Like when y'all go so hard about
because we are
Harlem.
We're only a town and we internationally known. So
it's like, I got Harlem tatted on me.
Everything about Mace was like, yo, if I hate to say like if he didn't, but if he didn't quit, I'm telling it was bad for niggas, yo.
Mace?
I promise, yo, listen, let me tell you
I gotta do my research.
I promise you, this nigga Mace was kicking ass. You gotta think, he was 19 years old when More Money, More Problems came out, when Biggie died. You gotta think, Biggie was the biggest artist out of New York, and he died, and Mace was the next one. And Mace was on his single. He started the single, and the album sold 10 million, physical. Imagine niggas going and buying, not streaming 10 million, to a billion something to get 10 million, going and buying 1 million of these. 1 million. Mace was the nigga. He could dance, he could rap. It was not. Could not. Listen, for what dancing was, he could dance. Jay-Z couldn't dance, and he was rapping. Look, I didn't start understanding Jay-Z music. Like I liked his music, but I didn't start understanding what he was talking about from a street perspective until I was in my like mid to late teens. We talking about when I'm 12, 13, like 12, 13. Nah, Mace was the nigga, yo. Mace was the nigga. It's like, what?
That's crazy. Mace?
Yes, Mace and Betha. What?
Is that Macy Betha?
Yeah.
That watch now. Oh, that was How to Rob.
Come up off that watch now.
That was How to Rob by 50 Cent.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
But that was from Horse and Carriage, from Cam's song, Horse and Carriage. Oh, how you don't know? Where you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
You still should know that.
I'm from Brooklyn. Who?
Drake, he don't like me.
Why don't Drake like you?
Cause I just said certain things about him before. He probably don't. I'm not his favorite person, but we seen each other before. Like the last time we seen each other was mad funny because we both said what up to one another.
I feel like he hates Joe Budden. So as long as you're not Joe Budden,
I don't think he like anybody that don't like anything he do.
I don't agree. Joe Budden be ODing. No, that's that Virgo energy. He's very critical.
He is, but I don't think Drake likes anybody that don't like what he do. Like if you don't, I don't think that like you can even objectively speak about him. Like I just don't think that, and that's from my own experience. That's from my own experience. You know what I mean?
There's some artists that's like that though that only want yes men.
They don't. No artist want. All they want to hear. Let me tell you something, and I say this by doing my own media shit. I done said 1,000 good things about people, and I'm not just talking about Drake. Mm-hmm. Nobody don't care. They never retweeted it. They never shared it. They never liked it. They never hit me up and said, yo, that was kind of cool that you said that. Once I said something that somebody don't agree with, now it's like I'm doing shit for clicks. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Everybody does stuff for people to watch it. I'm not doing stuff chasing clicks per se, but I don't do what I do for nobody to watch it. Right. I do it so people could watch it. Mm-hmm. That's why I do it for. And it makes me money. Yep. So I want to do it, but I don't be clout chasing and I don't lie. But the moment where you could say a billion things about one artist, great. Mm-hmm. The one time you say, I just don't like what you did, you a hater. So keep that in mind.
You did not hold back on Elliott Wilson or 50. You wasn't scared? Not like that. Not
scared of what?
But not like that. I know you zero.
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not no tough guy.
Yeah, not like they would, but just you weren't afraid of the backlash. Not like that.
What these niggas is not my friends. Like no, let me keep it 100. None of these niggas is my friends. They're not my friends. That's one thing I had to learn. I've been working in music since I was 19 years old. I'm 42. I've seen every type of artist you could possibly see. I seen a nigga that had the hit record. I seen a nigga that act different once they get the money. I seen everything. These niggas is not my friends. Most of the people that I was close to in this shit ended up not being my friend. I don't care about none of these niggas. And while I'm not a tough guy, I'm not a bitch. So when I got to say what I got to say, I'm just gonna speak my mind. Now with 50, I just think like the thing about 50 is this is why you can't tell no drill kid nothing. You think you could tell a drill kid something and 50, damn near 50 years old, dissing people that die? I got the right to state my opinion because everybody else is.